To avoid conflicts and confusion, an organization will prepare certain guidelines or rules to control person-to-person interactions within the workplace. These are called office procedures, and they describe the way things are done in the office environment. These procedures make the people in the office look, behave, and interact professionally. Each activity carried out in an office has its own set of procedures, which are influenced by different factors. Activities that involve transactions and record keeping all have specific procedures that the people who work in the organization must know and follow daily. Let's discuss some office activities and the common procedures that determine how they are carried out. When the organization needs to pay for goods and services ordered, or utilities like electricity and water, it is important for any documents relating to the payments to be properly approved and stored. These documents are very important because the company needs to refer to this information from time to time. Payments can be made in 5 ways. By cash, this is preferred when it involves small amounts of money. By bank or wire transfer, that is sending money by electronic means to any part of the world. By check, which is a signed document asking the bank to pay someone a specified amount of money. By bank draft, which works like the check but offers more guarantees, so this method is preferred for much larger amounts of money. Or by POS machines or point of sale machines, which use your credit or debit card to make electronic transactions between the seller and the buyer. The organization's money is usually stored in a bank, but a small amount is kept in the office so that some important needs can be met immediately. This small amount is called petty cash. This petty cash is always a fixed amount, which means when a part of it is used, it has to be replenished from the organization's bank account. Every amount taken out from petty cash must have a receipt, so that withdrawals from the bank accounts can be made appropriately. Workers in any organization spend their time and energy working for money in the form of wages and salaries. These wages are calculated according to the time they spend, that is time rate, or the amount of work done, that is piece rate. Wages based on piece rate are measured by the number or quantity of output that is produced. For example, if a worker is paid the sum of 200 naira for each belt he produces, he will receive a wage of 2000 naira when he produces 10 belts. Wages based on time rates are measured according to a specific period of time. This could be hourly, daily, or a weekly basis. For example, if a worker is paid the sum of 1000 naira at the end of each day for the work he does, he will receive a wage of 5000 naira if he works for 5 days. Every organization has a department that is responsible for calculating and paying wages. In this department, the workers are responsible for preparing payment vouchers, preparing the payroll, preparing pay slips for workers, and paying wages to workers. A store refers to a supply of goods that are purchased and made available either for sale or for use in production. These tools may be raw materials, components and spare parts, tools, or finished products. The store is expected to be well stocked at all times, and the various departments must follow a set procedure to make sure their store items are replaced when they have been sold or utilized. This procedure usually begins with filling out a purchase requisition form and sending it to the purchasing department. This document tells them what specific items need to be bought. When the request has been approved, a purchase order is prepared and sent to an authorized dealer to make supplies. When the items are delivered, the dealer would want the organization to fill and return a goods received note, a document that is used to confirm that the goods were delivered and accepted as appropriate before payment is made. Another important procedure is stocktaking, which implies physically counting items in the store and recording their quantity and value for reference purposes. The storekeeper uses a bin card to record information about the stock. This information, gathered by regular stock taking, is very important because the organization can use it to determine the minimum and maximum quantities of each item that should be stored, the best time to place orders for new items, how fast stock items are used up, and the opening and closing stock at given periods. It also helps in calculating profits and checking incidents of theft and fraud.
Storekeeper, please, I've been going through the inventory records and something seems to be wrong. Please, can you come to my office now? Thank you.
Regular stock taking and analysis of the information gathered is referred to as stock control. So, in summary, office procedures are well-stated guidelines that direct the activities of an office. They provide a uniform way of carrying out activities that creates competence, consistency, and professionalism in the office. There are different types of procedures to follow for different kinds of activities, and these procedures are influenced by different factors. Payment for goods and services may require the use of office documents such as bills, invoices, and receipts. The four main means of payment are payment by cash, payment by bank transfer, payment by check, and payment by bank draft. The impressed system is a system of accounting for petty cash, which is reserved for minor expenditures made in an office. It involves paying out and replenishing petty cash. Wages are the payments made to workers for work done. They can be paid on a piece rate or time rate basis. The wages office is responsible for preparing payment vouchers, preparing the payroll, preparing pay slips for workers, and paying wages to workers. The procedure for purchasing stores requires documents such as the purchase requisition form, purchase order, and goods received note. Stock taking is the process of physically counting and recording the amount and value of the stock stored up. Stock taking is very important because it helps a business determine information such as the minimum and maximum levels of stock holding, the reorder level, opening and closing stocks, rate of stock turnover, and more. It is also very useful for calculating profits and checking incidences of theft and fraud. Stock taking is not the same as stock control, but is a part of stock control. Stock control is the constant monitoring of the stock that is available.